topic. Basically, just, I don't know, like, having people ask us questions about anxiety and depression, and then we're going to answer them. I know more about anxiety, because I'm more anxious, and you know more about depression. So ask us questions. Oh, yay, we have a question. Thanks for asking. How do you get through the bad days? For me, honestly, is being around friends and family who not only like know what's going on, but understand that, like, say like I don't want to go out and like do something like everyone else, like that they understand that that's okay, that they're like, oh, that's cool, like we can just stay here and like, you know, hang out and watch TV and whatever. Like, I don't know, just being around people who are supportive and, you know, positive and stuff like that.
I don't really do much but listen to music.
Oh yeah, music helps. Music helps me a lot. That's why I have a tattoo.
Or I sit in self-pity.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Not the greatest idea ever, so don't do that. But sometimes I just don't know what to do, so I just sit there and just... Sometimes even YouTube. Like, I'll just start watching videos on YouTube and, I don't know.
Like
funny.
mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like hers.
Yeah, okay.
No, but I mean, like, it wasn't until recent that you did yours.
True. Dude, I've watched the Best Friend Tag, like, so many times. I keep going back and, like, watching it. I don't know.
It's pretty funny.
It's hilarious. I think we're hilarious.
Best friends are good to have when you're going through bad days, too.
Yeah, well, that's...
Even if you just need to text somebody and vent or whatever.
Yeah. Like I said, just having someone that understands it, and even if they don't understand, like, what you're, like, going through, like, exactly, like, say they don't have anxiety, but they understand that, like, you need someone to vent to, you need someone sometimes to be there for you, sometimes you can't get through it alone. And you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to be alone in something like mental illness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great question, though. Have any more? See, that was fun.
It was, actually. Because now it makes me think of what I could do.
How do you get people to understand that it's all the time, not just for a little bit? That's a really good question, too. Oh, my God, thank you.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Honestly, there's so much I could
know.
say. All right, then you want me to answer?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, how do you understand people all the time? I think, and you could probably agree to this, unless you, like, I know more about anxiety, like I said, and, you know, I've had depression in the past. I went through a really rough time, but other than that, I'm not really a depressed person. However, anxiety on a day-to-day life is pretty bad. It's gotten better since I started working again, but it's pretty bad. But, I think it's just, like, wait, I don't even know. I had something to say. All right, we're live here. Sarah, come on. Hold on. I think that if you don't have, like, anxiety, like, as bad as, like, say I do, I don't think people are gonna understand, because I'm not gonna name names, but I've had certain friends that are like, oh, why don't you want to go out and do this? Why don't you want to go out and do that? Well, sometimes it's not because, like, I don't want to. Sometimes because it's, like, my anxiety holds me back from a lot of things, and that sucks, and it's gotten better, like I said, but just... I think that you have to, like, have gone through it yourself or seen maybe someone go through it. Like, if, I don't know, like, if one of my friends didn't have anxiety but their mom had it really bad, like, they can be like, oh, like, I don't have it but my mom does, like, I get what you're going through, like, but that's a really hard thing. You can't really make someone understand if they have never gone through it, but that's the thing. It's like, I don't know.
If they care about you, they'll try and understand.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think understanding is one thing, and then being supportive of the person.
Oh, well, yeah, that's...
You know?
Yeah.
Like, saying, like, if you don't want to go out and do this, like, that's fine. Like, that's okay. Like, but if you do, that's great, and we'll go do that.
I really don't know either, because that's never happened to me before. Oh, yes, it has. I lied. I'm sorry. I had someone try to tell me that he could fix me. First of all, that is impossible.
Or that's annoying when people are like, oh, well, why do you have anxiety so bad? If I knew why, I wouldn't have it, okay? Like, you know, that's the thing, like, and, okay, well, for me, personally, I do know why. I overthink everything. Anyone who knows me...
Yes, she does.
Anyone who knows me knows that. And generally, you know, I am a happy person, but sometimes I just get these like scenarios like in my head, and I just replay like everything that could go wrong, you know, like if I meet someone new or if I start a new job. I just think about everything that can go wrong. So I overthink way too much, and I realize like when I'm in my own head, like thinking and thinking and thinking, that's normally when I have an anxiety attack, because I'm just thinking about all these different things. But getting my mind off of it, like going to work or hanging out with friends, is really helpful to me.
You know what's weird? I do think I overthink too, but not as bad as you. Like, you could take, like, I don't know, an ingrown toenail to, like, death in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, do that with, like, I'll say to myself, like, if I'm going to a concert, I'll just use this as an example. No offense to anybody. But if I go to a concert, like, sometimes, not really as a joke, but in my head I think, like, you know, oh God, what if something, you know, what if a bomb goes off or something? I don't know. That, I do that, but then I'm just like, you know what, whatever, I'm only living, wow, that's really close.
Well, yeah, that is.
I'm only living, then I think to myself, like, well, it's just one life. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I can't stop it. It's certain things. I mean, there are things when, like, if I'm sick sometimes and I don't know what it is, I'll look it up on Google. Biggest mistake of my life.
Oh, I do that all the time. Not a good idea. Do not Google your symptoms.
And then I'm like, oh no, I'm dying.
You have cancer. It's like, you have this, you have that. Well, no, I don't. I have, you know, a sinus infection. You know, I don't have a tumor in my brain. You know, if I have a really bad headache, you know, it's just like, whatever. But yeah, I overthink. I don't know if we answered your question as well as we could have, but that's the best I got.
It's just really hard to make people understand. Well, we can't really make people, but...
Especially if they don't. I mean, if they don't understand. But the thing of it is that I try to surround myself with people. You don't necessarily have to know what I'm going through to be there for me. Like, understand that I'm going to have good days and I'm going to have bad days. And I can have a week where I want to go out and hang out with everyone and, you know, anyone, and go out and do a bunch of things. And then I could have a week where I just want to stay home and do nothing. And understand that, like,
that's me, like, all the time.
That's fine. But I go to work, you know, I come home, I rest. Like, I feel like an old person. Because I'm just really focused on work right now, and just sometimes I don't want to go out and party, you know, I don't want to go to the bar, like, I don't know, just boring. But that was a great question too, so, got any more? I like those 2 questions though, I really do. So yeah, you guys got any questions about anxiety or depression, any advice that you need, yeah, I mean, I can really only talk about what I've been through. I'm only going to talk about what I've been through, but we can try to help you. Can you ever get rid of it?
No.
Well, yes. But
I lied.
No, for me.
For me, I can't. Forget it. I'm anxious no matter what.
I think you can get rid of it, but you need to work at it, and it's going to be hard. It's not going to be an easy thing. I think that for me personally, I could get rid of my anxiety to the point where I feel okay, but it's always going to be there. I think that's what you meant. It's going to be something that's always going to be there, but you can deal with it. You can find ways to cope with it so it feels, you know, so you can live day to day and you don't have this issue. You know, it's not going to be easy, and it's probably not going to go away completely, but it can. So, stay positive, people. I just think you can be in love and depressed. I think that you can be in love and depressed. I dated someone like that.
That's very,
yeah, that's a really touchy subject. I think you can be in love and you can have a healthy relationship, but you need to communicate with the person. Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right? You need to be open, because what is it going to do for you to hide it? Like, be honest with me. Talk to me about it. I can help you, or I can try to help you. Like I said, you don't need to go through the things alone, and you should have someone, whether it's a friend, a family member, someone who you could go to talk to about it. So I think you can be in a healthy relationship, but communication needs to be big. And for me personally, like, I need to be with someone who is going to be understanding. Now, you don't necessarily have to have anxiety too, but you need to be understanding of, you know, what I'm going through and why it's so hard for me sometimes to just get out of bed sometimes. Right? So I think you can be, but you have to be honest. Oh, Aunt Judy! Hi, Aunt Judy! Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Hey, I think you're doing great. What's the worst experience you had with anxiety? We don't have time for all of those. A few months ago, I had to leave work because my anxiety got really bad. It was to the point where it was making me like physically sick, and I needed a break from basically life. And in a way, like at the time I was like, honestly, like I feel like a failure, like I left work and I couldn't really go out and do things. But now looking back, I'm so glad I had that time to just figure out really what I needed for myself. I was in a relationship at the time. I'm not in that relationship anymore. I just kind of reevaluated my life and what I needed and what was going to make me happy. So I'm glad that I had that time. But I think the worst experience overall that I had with it was being out of work for 3 months, and I really couldn't go anywhere without feeling like this overwhelming feeling, like what if I go to the gas station and this happens or that happens. And it's like even getting in the car made me anxious. I'm getting anxious talking about this. And I just not overthought, but like I was just so anxious and I couldn't eat. I lost 10 pounds, which if I lose any more, I'm going to be nothing. So, I mean, it was pretty bad. I'm glad that I had that experience. I believe that everything in life happens for a reason. So I believe that if you're going through a hard time, it's because something better is going to come. And obviously at the time, I was like, hell no. Like, honestly, when I left work, I said, this is never going to get better. I'm never going to feel okay. And here I am now. I'm working. I've been working for 2 months now. And it's been absolutely amazing. So I want to say to anyone who's going through that, maybe you're not working, maybe you're out of work, whatever, it can get better, but it's not going to be easy. I've had both, and sometimes you just have to try and get through it. But having friends and family helps. This is great, girls. You're helping everyone so much. Oh, thanks.
Peace, Aunt Judy.
Yeah. Peace and love. What do you think, Mary?
No, I'm just kidding. Well, compared to hers, it sounds stupid because she's got it a lot worse than me.
Yeah, but yeah.
I always hated in school. I always hated sharing projects.
I'm both here. Oh my god.
So I usually, it sounds so stupid, but I'll bite my nails.
Oh yeah, I bite my nails.
My palms get really sweaty. Mm-hmm. I can't sit still.
Mm-hmm. All symptoms of an anxiety attack, by the way. I know them all.
I've done projects before, but it was terrifying the entire time up to when I was gonna go and during it.
Oh my
but
god!
After, I felt a weight was lifted off my shoulders.
Like you can breathe. Like before they call your name, you're just waiting. Yeah. Like when they go. Oh my! I have PTSD, social anxiety, and depression. How do you girls deal with going into public places? Okay, that's a good question too. I don't have PTSD, so I can't speak on that.
Me neither.
But I'm really sorry about the social anxiety, depression thing. My thing going out in public for a little while when I was out of work and when I was really not doing anything was really bad. Even sometimes going out is hard for me. I don't exactly know why it's hard for me because, I mean, I think there's a bunch of things. It's like you're in a new place, you don't know anyone, so there's a million things. Well, first of all, I don't like to be alone. That might be not the best. Well, it depends, but going places, I kind of like to have, like, a friend with me, like Mary here, or, you know, just a friend with me to, like, go out and do stuff with. I feel better, like, if I'm with someone I know. I'm not saying I can't do things alone. Go with someone you know, maybe. See, everything I do makes sense. You just gotta know my brain, which you don't. No, I'm just kidding.